It's Dear Veronica! This week we're blowing out your eardrums with some serious bass, cover some of your most nightmarish holiday tech support stories, and figure out when that peanut M&M is safe to eat. It's going to be all delicious, I promise. Recently on the show, I asked for your worst holiday tech support stories. I mean, it's the time of the year when most of us are home visiting family, and being the tech-savvy nerds that we are, we're often bullied into fixing everything with an on-off switch. But before we get to your responses, I wanted to see what the Engadget editors had to say.
I love my family. I love going home, except for when you walk in the door, you first start saying, hello, how are you, all of that, and then they come at you, and it's all of a sudden you feel surrounded.
My mom's got one of those August smart locks on the side door, but I'd lost my password for it, so I couldn't actually access the account anymore, and my mom was locked out of the house trying to get back in using her account.
Can you show me how to send a picture again?
So my in-laws for years used a Windows machine, and not a new Windows machine, like an old Windows machine, and it was horrible. Every time I would visit them, I would spend hours, literally hours up in the office uninstalling just random everything. Like if there was malware, they found it.
My mother-in-law has been trying to drop Comcast for a while now, and I suggested that she get like a Roku box.
My Wi-Fi doesn't work, okay? Go to the router, is it working, is it plugged in? First thing you do, turn it on and off again, doesn't work. Okay, are the connections set up properly? Is it connected to the modem? Is it connected to a computer?
Maybe they were trying to help a Nigerian prince 50, 60 times, but every time I booted up that machine, it was just...
Resetting her account, resetting the lock itself, doing a factory reset on the lock, and the solution was we eventually just called a locksmith.
She won't do it. She won't cut cable, so I don't know.
So I call our ISP, figure it out. Oh, we haven't paid the internet bill. I can't fix being broke.
Sometimes it's a curse working for a tech site. You're always on call. As for the viewers out there, they don't seem to have it too much better. From @RossBennett, drunk in-law threatening physical harm when I couldn't make Google sort his contacts by last name before Google would. Damn, I knew tech support is stressful, but it doesn't need to get violent. And this gem from @KellerTerry. Last Christmas, my mom said she had a computer problem. Turns out she fell for CryptoLocker and lost everything. Wow, hope you guys were able to wrangle the Bitcoin to ransom her data back. Super ouch. And finally, from Ultimate Good Samaritan @Gerald Prado. Had an 80-plus-year-old man with a quadriplegic daughter whose PC was done. The nurse had unplugged her PC with eye tracking, the only way for her to communicate, and it needed to be set up, recalibrated, and have her library shortcuts back uploaded. The medical company would take 2 weeks to come out because of the holidays. They were in Massachusetts, we're in Texas. After a few hours, I had it up and running. It was the hardest because the nice man was looking so crushed when he came in. Other techs had told him it just couldn't be done, and she had been without her PC for a week already. I still think about that nice man. And I'm sure they still think about you, Gerald. That was very awesome of you. As for everyone else, keep those responses coming. I'll read more as I get them over the next few weeks. Next up, a question from my pal Eric Lynn. He writes, Dear Veronica, how come there's only 2 models of earbud in the known universe that I can hear any bass from? Is it my ears or the buds? That's an interesting question. Typically, over-the-ear headphones are better suited for supplying bassier sound, but many earbuds have gotten pretty good at it too. Here to dig into this question is music lover and audiophile James True, Engadget Deputy Managing Editor. Take it away, James.
Hey Veronica, the real problem here is basic physics. There's a reason why bass speakers are so large, which is they need to push a lot of air so that you can feel that bass. Obviously this is a problem when it comes to in-ear headphones. There are a couple of things you can do to improve your experience. First of all, never ever use the headphones that come inside the box. Just throw them away, they're probably terrible. Second of all, try and find a pair of headphones with a really good selection of silicone tips. The more you try, the more likely you're going to find a pair that really fits your ear, and you want a good seal to get a good bass. Third of all, if you've got a bit more money, try to get a pair of in-ear molds. It's a little bit more pricey, but you can get kits to do it at home now, and that's the best way you're going to get the most bass from the headphones you've got. Hope that helps.
Thanks, James. Awesome info. I hope this helps you find the earbuds of your dreams, Eric. Enjoy your wub-wub. Next up, this question from David Kawada on Facebook. He writes, Do you believe in the 5-second rule? Fact or myth? Quick, I just dropped a peanut M&M. David, there are many factors at play here. My rules. 1. How clean is the floor? If the floor is pretty clean, as in relatively free of lint and debris, I'd say go for it. 2. How solid is the food object? Our example, the peanut M&M, remains relatively intact and undamaged in a dropped situation. A glob of yogurt, on the other hand, is probably best left wiped up and forgotten. Wet or moist foods tend to pick up much more grossness. 3. Is this the last bit of whatever item you're eating? If you have one piece of pie left and it takes a tumble and there will not be any pie for the foreseeable future, I would consult rules 1 and 2 and use your best judgment. If there is plenty of pie remaining, maybe let that one go. 4. Are you very hungry? If you are very hungry, most bets are off. Our stomachs can handle most kinds of floor grossness and germs without too much trouble. It just depends on whether you can stomach the gross factor mentally. On that appetizing note, thanks for watching, everyone. Keep those questions rolling on into me via Twitter with the hashtag Dear Veronica. I'll see you next week.